And here we have, boom, we have an Impreza in the studio. This is exciting. Get hyped. You guys may not think this is big. I don't know. We've worked real hard to get this far, so I'm super excited to finally have our first actual appointment through a website, through the Tint Wiz app, through the website chat, and just in general. All the hype. Everybody's getting hyped. This would be fun. So we're doing just the rear 5, sad face, but back doors, back quarters, and back glass. So what's really interesting to me about this whole situation too is, I felt a little nervous. I was a little unsure when, communicating back and forth a little bit. And then I was like, hey, because, bringing them here to the home garage, and I don't know how people necessarily feel about that. And I was like, hey, check out my channel or whatever. It might give you a little bit insight of what I do here. And lo and behold, the whole reason he's here is because of my Walmart tint video. So fucking awesome, right? Somebody in the area watched my video, tried it for themselves, realized that this back window is not the easiest of back windows, and then came in to get it tinted by me. This means a lot. So it was really, really cool. Oh, David, thank you so much for the super chat. First super chat for the first car in the studio. Ba-bam! You got it. Dude, this is cool. So we're going to go get 2 things. I have been stressing out trying to get this whole thing running today. I ran into like 50 mistakes all in a row. But this is actually streaming on the Detroit Tint Studio Facebook page as well. So one of the things I really want to do is like a little experiment for you guys too as well. What happens if you go live on your own Facebook page tinting your customers' cars, and then you ask them to share it with their friends? Like, that just sounds like great marketing for me. So, oh man, this is cool. Everybody's hyped. This is fun. Okay, so we're going to try and set up the GoPro. This is the one thing I'm still unsure about. I finally got it working. It took me about a good half hour to try and get this thing working, but I have everything in place to at least like load it up. So we'll see. If this doesn't work, that's okay. We have this camera, and then we'll get going. So what was funny about this too is I literally restarted this computer like, I don't know, 10, 15 times to try and get this all working. And it seemed like one thing after the next was just like letting me down. But if you're persistent, you can make this stuff happen. So let's fire up the GoPro. Let's see if we can connect to the network. And if we are, then we'll have a GoPro. Then we'll have the second camera. And it'll be good times ahead. Justin, you caught the best live stream. This is the first studio car that we have in here. Get hyped. We've done some meme streams in here. First time watching your live from Europe. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Thanks to everybody that is tuning in today. We are definitely hyped. Yeah, we went through and we cleaned it up too. It looks better. We have to do something about these floors, though. I'm going to have to contact a company, and we'll see. I don't know if this will work. We're going to give this one more try. Are we good? Is this... Okay, I think we might be good. We're going to do a test here. So bear with me. If it goes black, just hang in there. We'll pop right back. No! It should be there, but it's not. Why is this not? Okay, preview's working. And then if we go pro... Hang on. Hey. Oh! GoPro's letting us down last minute. GoPro 8, still black. Guys, what is going on? So a preview works. Oh! No, don't remove it. It works! Oh! Holy shit! It all works. Patrick, welcome. We are doing our first studio stream. This camera, this camera, this camera. I was about to give up. I was totally about to give up. We got GoPro. Okay, cool. So I think we're all good to go. Let's get this sucker started. He's already dropped this off for like a good hour. Told him 3 hours though, so we have some time to like mess around with the live stream and just get everything all settled and do our titles and everything. How many cameras? We got 3. Oh, good God. What a nightmare that's been. Okay, so let's get this started. Let's go. Let's turn on the lights. Love it. Love it. Everything looks great. Now let's hopefully, let's actually get to the work portion, right? All right, we're going GoPro. Let's do it. We're drinking coffee because, good God, I need it. We got a microphone? We got a microphone. Okay. Dope. Yeah, vodka, right? We almost need it after this point. We also upgraded the internet connection on the computer. So that's what that chair over there is right now. That was a last minute addition. Wow. So now we're seeing it for the first time in regular lighting. This thing's clean. This is nice. So this is a manual. It's cool. It's in good shape. Wanted it done right. So he came to the right place. So, all right. We're pretty good now. Thank you, everybody, for the nice comments. I really appreciate that. Let's go ahead and change our knife because, mine may have fallen out. Let's not do that. Yeah, where are my knives? I just used one today, so there's bound to be something that doesn't go right? But I've got a good one, so we should be fine. We got dry shrink prep too, so that's good. So let's go ahead and prep this back window is the first thing that we're gonna do. Get this all set up. We've got a roll of glass aid here. We haven't done anything to the car, but it's cool. They wanted to just hang out in the area and skate, which is sweet. Gives me all the time in the world right now. Oh, that stays up. That's nice. So we'll get to this back window last. That will kind of be the finale of this car. The doors, pretty straightforward. The quarter windows, very straightforward. So nothing unusual about any of that. Congrats on the studio and first client. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Uh-oh. Let's put you guys down maybe a little bit. There we go. People digging the setup? Thank you. We're going for a completely different vibe out of a garage. Concentrating. Yeah, I can tilt it. I'm trying to lean it down a little bit. We can do it a little bit more. How's that? Is that better? Nobody speak. This is an ASMR stream now all of a sudden. It's so quiet in here. All right, we're gonna get this as high up as we can. These are the little things that I like to prep beforehand, but because we're only doing a rear half, figured we wouldn't leave anything out here. All start to finish. I need a good hanger for this. Yes. This is my glass aid. You guys are going to see an obsessive amount of notifications pop up for it because we're still doing all those. So yeah, this spoiler is going to give people a fair amount of headache when trying to cut and shrink it. But we're going to use, I think, a 20-inch roll, and that should make it a little bit easier. We're going to talk about this back glass when we get to it. So we're going to put the film in. We're going to slide it up. We may have to trim up the corner a little bit, but it's not going to be bad. Somebody revealed Tint Depot Superior Charcoal. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. They're not allowed to say what it is, unfortunately, but it is good stuff, which is why I'm endorsing it. Okay, so we're gonna put down these front windows just so we can leave the front doors shut. No worries there. We have our film sitting on this shelf here. Globally recognized brand for sure. That's my favorite. So we're going to be using Avery Dennison on the back half of this one. We're using a 36-inch roll. I can smirky face about the Tint Depot film, but that's as much as I can do. I tried, man. I really did try. Okay, so we're going to be double cutting these, which is good fun. I hope the lighting is like way better for... I hope the lighting makes this much better to see what's actually going on. So we have B camera that we can always use to our advantage here. The question is, where is B camera facing exactly? Oh, I forgot to open a program. 1 second. There we go. Okay, something like this. We good? Whoa, awesome. Is it bad that you have glass aid and only use it a quarter of the time? No, not at all. Use it however you see fit. I'll say it's probably not gonna be for everybody. But I've just grown very accustomed to it, so. There we go. Well, that's cool. So we can switch back and forth between this camera and this camera. Good deal. So we'll get a little bit more in depth on this double cutting here. I think would probably be good. And then we'll just, I don't know, or maybe the back window. We're just having fun today. So we're doing 20%. Ooh, sorry, I'm listening to chat too. So when you're cutting, I gotta kind of put chat on hold for a sec. So when we're cutting these, the way that you hold your knife is key for cutting these for sure, as most of you know. But we're doing a couple little things differently here. You'll notice we are using a couple different squeegees. So we have an orange crush and we have a clear crush. I'm not forsaking the flat out by any means, but we're trying a couple of different things. So we're trying 2 different squeegees, one for cleaning and one for installation, which is something that was recommended to me. And I have a good reason for that. But when we go to cut these side edges, we just put out a little bit of blade here, press our finger here, these top corners, and then we'll angle it out. So these top edges, we're gonna cut all together. Basically treat this like a small edge. So like you would do on a regular set of roll down windows. Give us a little bit of overlap on the top and bottom, and then we'll take, or did I mix these up? I think I mixed them up. So we have one that I'm using just for the tint, which is the clear crush, and then the orange crush right now I'm using for cleaning. The reason for that though was because I was scratching some film during like the wintertime with extra salt, and it was becoming a bit of a problem. So I had a guy with a truck. He came back twice actually, and he had really faint scratches just like right near the top corner, but when he put on polarized sunglasses, that's when he could see it. So we have, where's my, there it is. So we started ending up using a couple squeegees just to make sure I wouldn't get a scratch. And now it's convenient to put 2 on my belt, so we're gonna mess around with it. And I got an orange crush and a clear crush because I literally wanted to just use the softest one they had in case that was also part of the issue. Cool, so let's round our corners. It's so quiet I can actually hear my computer humming. It's very unusual for a tint shop. Setup looks better every live stream. You can stop making it better. Well, I've been improving it up to the point where I think is practical for this space, and now we finally have a car. So we should basically be settled in on this for this foreseeable future. I keep messing up top edges. Sometimes they turn out wavy, sometimes they turn out jagged. You know, it's kind of funny. Same thing will happen to me, just with different problems. So I'll run into, like when I was first learning and then after a year, I'd like develop weird habits. So like sometimes I go to peel my window and I'd pull a crease into like this section, or I'd start locking the doors and shutting them, and just like random issues. Just keep working on it. You'll get out of it. Okay, let's see if this snapping. Did my mouse die again? No, it didn't. There we go. Let's see if we can get a good snapping clip in here, right? So when we go to snap a window, I've had tons of questions about snapping. This is something that's harder to show on camera, but you kind of get a better understanding in person. We're just taking this portion of the film here, the part that wiggles, so we're pulling it out of the long edge all the way down to just shy of lifting it off of the corner all the way over there. We pull it about halfway up here, and then I start at the little side and I just move this over and create a little curl at the bottom, and that's all you need, just like that. You'll have these little guys that might come up. That's normal. If they're super aggressive, that means they're overshrunk, but they should all lay down. It takes a little bit to get that sweet spot though. Well, that was fun. That worked. Neat. And we go over to this side. Because I don't have enough HDMI cable, we have to use GoPro for this side. But same thing. I actually hate this gun. Somebody just said in the chat, I must love this gun. No, I hate it. It drives me nuts. You want to know why? So every time, it's got this cooldown cycle that goes forever. And then when you power it up, it always, see, it makes my lights flash too. But when it's completely off, it has no memory. So it'll literally start here and at low, and then you have to change it to high, and then put the power up every time. This gun drives me nuts. I have like the smaller Wagners, but I think one of them was misplaced in Chicago, and that's now theirs. So it was convenient. I had it, and I need to just swap it out with a different one. Long story. We need to glassade these quarters too. These are nice big ones with a nice big black border. So I'm gonna put a little loop-de-loop around this one. If I know where I put it. Oh, there it is. I like my Porter cable, but it died after 6 months. I had one too that died about that time frame, maybe about 8. It was funny because I made a video and then it literally died like right along the video. The Fusion Max Flux, yeah, I've heard good things. Basically, it blows so much air and it gets really hot. It's like the best of both worlds. This is our first customer, paying customer, not free job for the studio, for video, although it crossed my mind. But nope, we're 100% legitimate customer here. What was that? I bought a full roll of Avery 5. Noticed it looks really blue in a lot of certain angles, but other times it looks really good. No, I actually haven't. If anything, I've been told that it looks kind of brown. But my comment on that actually is, I noticed GeoShield looking a little on the green side, but then, so when you get used to one film and then you look at another film, you are actually so accustomed to looking at the one film that the other film will seem to be way more apparent on one color until you get used to it. It's kind of bizarre how that happens. I'd say it's very similar to like when you look at your phone with the blue light and then you put the blue light filter on and everything looks orange. It's something like that. No, we're, sorry, we told them we are live streaming. That was one of the things in the beginning, actually. I brought that up very early on, so I was pretty excited about that. Ooh, we should use some plastic, shouldn't we? Oh, dude, this is great. All right, so we're gonna cover up these door panels because we're legitimate. And we'll see how this goes. Something like that. We are trying to be that much better here at the Detroit Tint Studio. Too legit to quit, exactly. Well, that's fun. So I'm still messing around with materials. I'm not super big on this stuff, but it works really well. It's very grippy. But the problem is you have to like make a little hole to try and get to the button because it all sticks. Or you can lift it, but sometimes it just like starts to grab on itself and it acts kind of weird. So we're still playing around with different plastic options, but I really, really like this idea of just peel the sheet off, come over to the door and stick it on. That's super fun. But this side's longer, so we have to, oh, that went good. So I went over to this one place called the Container Store. That's where you can get that little like roll set up. It's literally a this is one of those like closet hangers, so it's like a dual track shelf, and then they have these hooks that sit right on here. Pretty cool. I really like this. You could do like a whole film shelf this way if you really wanted to, leave everything on display. It's an idea. So just leave the plastic a bit loose by the button. Yeah, I'm trying to a little bit, but different door panels, some of them put them up really high, like on trucks and stuff. So that can be a little weird. So another thing I'm actually really excited to show you guys is something that I recently discovered out of necessity. What am I looking for? Scrubber. I need a scrubber. There. Okay. The audio is going to be a little bit out of sync with the GoPro, but it's on my face, so you can't really like quite see as much. As soon as I pop it back to regular camera, it'll sync back up. But there's just a little delay on the GoPro, so, but you can't see me talking. So y'all know Squeaky Monkey. We've been using this for quite some time. Nothing new about that. Still a fan. But here we have Magic Clay Bar from Max Shine. So they sent this stuff out for me to do a video, and then the video fell through, and then they didn't ask for it back. So this was sitting in my box for a period of time, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna spray our window, and we're going to do like a little scrape on the bottom like we normally do. Just make sure that we're okay. Nothing unusual. And then we're gonna take our clay bar. This is really good at picking up very small impurities. So the Squeaky Monkey leaves behind a little bit of a grit. It's so there we go. So this is where I mainly use the Squeaky Monkey stuff. And its primary purpose is a hydrophobic coating remover, but I've noticed it's just really thorough at cleaning the glass. It just gets it that much better. So I go around and I scrape the whole thing. We'll take a towel, we'll wipe it off. And then we'll give it one small spray, and then we'll use this, and this is really good at picking up any little extras that might be left behind. Oh, somebody had a question about the plastic. So this was just bought at Lowe's. I'm trying out some different ones. Literally like 12 bucks, I think, for like a 50-foot roll. 24 inches by 50-foot roll is all it was. And it's they make it for carpets. One small spray for man, one giant spray for mankind. Which is also why we're covering door panels. We want to be, I like being thorough with some of this. So my way of always being thorough is always spraying a little extra water. So it was a way to speed up and make sure things are clean and go really, really fast. So we're going to do this twice. Which squeegee? Can we change the camera? We should change the camera maybe. I don't know. I gotta figure out how to manage two cameras too. That's one reason the GoPro works so well, because I can just literally tint and not worry about it too much, but it can make y'all a little motion sick, I think. Can't wait to see the shank come out. Why? There we go. How about this guy? Ooh, that's not bad. Let's do that. All right, we're gonna peel this. We're gonna get this right close to this top edge. Fold in our side, press it in. Thanks everybody for the nice words. The shank is my favorite part. That's funny. It's so funny how opinion on that tool has changed for me. Okay, so we got it in place. Okay, we'll do a little close up here, best I can with the GoPro, or else we're gonna be screwing with the camera. So this is kind of how it looks. So this is the bottom edge of the film where this liner connects, and then we're like a little bit lower is where we make our folds. So right there and right there. And then up at the top edge, we're like stupid close to our edge. And now we're gonna take our Clear Max, spray it. Squeegee. You really only have to worry about the top portion, but with this edge, you know, your top portion comes down to here. Give it a little swipe up. Make sure we're locked down. We're good. See, when it grips, that's where it's like challenging to maneuver this. And we'll roll this up. Flush out the bottom. This one. You ever use needle files? No, not yet. But I gotta pick up a couple files because I want to try filing it. So I'm still working on that whole mess. Filing seems like the easier route to go, but there's just something about using a blade that I really like. So I managed to do a Challenger on Friday. Here's the shank part that somebody is very excited for. Hopefully this. So we'll go over it a little bit more on the other side. I'm sorry, I'm also glossing over some of this. But you create that roll and then you just let it fold in. And the way you create that roll is you have to like tuck each corner in a little bit, and then you just kind of like do it this way, and then it wants to pull that center section down. So you just whoosh, and it all goes down. The door panel is, but we have plastic. That's the difference here now. We're using plastic. So we're gonna put more effort into covering things up now. The magic of the two-stage. Oh, somebody noticed I got the tank replaced. Yeah, I ran by Sun Distributing and got a new end. So all we had to do is replace the end. So this is all old and beat up, and then this part is all brand new, shiny brass. So that's cool. Thank God I got it replaced, because using that little weed sprayer sucked. But I couldn't find my Zep sprayer. We got like a little bit at the top. So how am I reading comments without paying attention? Because I'm psychic. This is where you really find out my true power. No, I'm listening to everything in a robot voice through headphones. Literally, where are we? Oh no, it died. Hang on, let me switch this camera. Cam 1. So we got headphones. I can literally hear you guys for everything that you say. We miss a little bit. What's the most difficult car you've done and why? Doozy, thank you so much for the $3 super chat. What's the most difficult car? There was like a Beretta, and that really sucked. Beretta was no fun. I did, what else have I done? VW Bug's kind of standard. Corvette, old Corvettes are not fun. And then usually like a really, really old, just like old cars in general. The ones with like butyl seals and stuff like that. Those are never a fun time. The Beretta I had to walk away from. So, yeah, some people pull panels and some people don't. I learned without pulling anything, but I was taught that way. So I really didn't have much of a choice but to get faster with this. And it really, like, you don't have to take much apart, but it is more challenging to get the hang of. So there is that. So let's look it over. Ooh. The first window in the Detroit studio. Dudes, this looks good. Let's get a close-up. See that? Flawless. Fucking awesome. Oh, that looks so good. All right, go back to GoPro. We'll use B camera back for this back window. Minty fresh, I love it. Ended up removing the rear deck of my Civic last night, retinted the back window because I had glue behind the brake light. I couldn't get the plastic squeegee or plastic to separate. Oh, yeah, old tint behind like a third brake light or something like that. That sucks. That's never fun. I haven't had to take apart a third brake light in a long time, or like a deck lid actually. What's up, man? I'm in the Detroit area. Do you do any classes / training? Yeah, now I can. I don't have any details on my site, but just go to DetroitTintStudio.com. There's a little chat bubble. Hit me up there, or send me an email. Matt at Certified Tinter is a good email for me. DetroitTintStudio@gmail.com might be a good one. But just hit me up. We'll try and set something up because now I have a physical location that I can train people out of too. So, yeah, I'd be totally down for that. Before, the struggle for me was I never had a space. So I was always trying to use somebody else's space, and like they need to use it for whatever they need to use it for. So you basically have to like try and rent that space in order to do classes. So now we have things all set up to do here. We are doing our best to enable opportunity. How much do I charge? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I was thinking maybe like an hourly rate. We could, I mean, there's a couple of ways to do it. Most people do a day rate, but I mean, you can get it a lot done in like a half day, plus if I have an appointment or something like that. So we could maybe figure it out on like an hourly rate or something. Yeah, I did clay the window. Okay, so with the clay bar, what I've noticed is I use that scrub, been using it for a while. Clay bar really helps with all the extra little bits. It's great for like towards a seal and especially top edges, because all I was doing for a top edge was taking a towel. I'll show you guys on the back window. There might be a pretty gross slurry on the back. Oh, real quick with my contact, Matt at CertifiedTinter.com, or just go to DetroitTintStudio.com and like use a little chat bubble. There's also a phone number on my maps listing too, so you can just try and like text me and shit like that. I don't know. There's a bunch of ways. Facebook, sometimes, although I have a bunch of Facebook messages I have to reply to. But the email, matt@certifiedtinter.com for now, until that changes. I've looked at some shaving videos, and like we were watching them a little bit on stream too, and I'll tell you, there's just they've really perfected their technique. I'm still practicing it. So I have a lot of respect for people that have been tinting for a long time, and that little technique there, it looks sweet. Definitely want to take the time to learn it. And like a good method to do with a 2-stage. Yeah, so the plastic on the door, just carpet plastic, it was really inspired by seeing cars with what do you say? You know, like that are going to like a body shop or brand new. They all have that like clear plastic covering on it that you just peel off. I want something like that just for the door panels. But the sticky kind of gets in the way on some. Remember you saying you had problems with dirt until you understood where it comes from? Yeah, like, so I used to randomly get dirt speckles along the top, and I was really confused on that. Most of the time I would then wipe the top edge and then see black. That was a big cause of it. Also the sides, flush the sides out, swipe them out, and a lot has to do with the technique of, you know, sliding it in just right. Less water is more water. Sometimes. I've always used it to my advantage, and I know some people have disagreements with that. Could be gunk. Yeah, could be environment, but most of the time it's more has to do with, like, unless there's some obvious things, like your, like if it's just random weird spots, yeah, that could be your spray bottle, that could be the environment. So if you're in like a windy place or something. Okay, actually, let's take a step back. So all I've done so far with this part, because there's some people asking about the shank again, we've tucked the corner in. I'll do the other side. I don't want to pull it back up. You'll notice that this front leading edge that I'm sliding into the seal is flat. So I get that as far as I can, but it hits this bottom seal. So we do the same thing with the other side and just tuck it in and then get it slided in. And we still have where it's bunching up right on the bottom. So we have to get this to roll. So I find a spot where it's rolled up, and I just continue that roll. And that makes the whole thing kind of lift above my seal. And then I start on one side, and we start to roll that section down, and everything just kind of starts to glide in place. You can still have some hang up. So like we're a little tight on this side right now, so I don't want to force it. So we'll take a squeegee and hopefully not crease that. I mean, there's different things that can happen. I run a little bit slippery on my mix. If it starts to bind up on the window, that can be a problem. So I don't want to go past that too much because of how much it's rolled up. So we really have to, we can try to pull it basically into the seal by shoving a plastic tool in and then gliding it down. And then there we go. Cool. Because if I was sitting there screwing with that edge a lot, you try and press it down and it comes back, and you press it down again and it comes back, it's going to pull dirt no matter what. Also don't need to bury the bottom that much. Yeah, you're right. What I I'm used to pulling them down so much, and I really didn't check the inside seal. They're usually not completely on par with one another. Usually the inside seal sets a little bit lower than the outside one. So you're right, I could have gone a little bit higher, and that would have been perfectly fine to make it a little bit easier for me. So we got a little bit of drippage on the sides. We could have gone a little wider, but the majority is completely fine. That's cool. Oh, there's a super chat. I'm sorry. Hang on. I heard it, and then I got distracted. Thanks for the reminder, though. Super chat. What we got? Doozy. Do you spend money on marketing or go by word of mouth for your tinting business? Right now, we're going by word of mouth. And so here's my theory. Okay, we're going back here. Camera 1. Whoa, GoPro head. So here's my theory. I have my own Facebook page right now. Uh-oh, I gotta check something really quick. I have my Detroit Tint Studio. Oh no, okay, we're good. Cool. I have my Detroit Tint Studio Facebook page, and we're live streaming on a few different places. So one thing that I did is on my YouTube channel, we have Detroit Tint Studio in the title. That's good local marketing. The Facebook page is also running this live stream right now. So one thing that I want to do is after we do the live stream, or maybe even during it, see if the customer wants to share it to their friends. That's a really good local word of mouth way to market. So we're going to try a couple things before we go to paid. But I think paid would be a good way to go in the beginning. But we're trying some stuff. This took a while to get just this first car in. Like I've been listed on maps for like a couple weeks now. So this is the first one. So we're still screwing around with some stuff. Like if you need some business quick, you might have to go push some ads, especially if you don't have any type of local presence. But I really don't have any type of local presence at all. I've been tinting for other places and just my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is like global. So it's technically did come in off of my YouTube channel in some way, shape, or form, but it's funneled in through the Detroit Tint Studio. So put some stuff that outreaches locally is always a good idea. All right, let's do these quarter windows. Yes, mentions, shares, all that stuff is really, really huge. Asking people to leave a review, like, hey, if you could take a couple seconds and leave a review, doesn't mean that they will, but the fact that you've asked them might be to your advantage a little bit, because like just putting it in somebody's mind that, hey, this matters, and I'd really appreciate it if you did that one thing for me. That could help you out. So white pinstriping on these windows. No, this is not actually white pinstriping. In a way it is, but this is my own thing. This is what I call glass aid. It's 10 mils thick, so you can actually cut directly on it. And the idea is to basically cut where you've been normally cutting, and you can see the edge, but it also keeps the glass safe from riding a blade along it. Cool. Are we good? Did we go all the way around? Yes, we did. Nifty. But I like it for those reasons. Kind of kill two birds with one stone. I heard somebody say in the chat, it's weird to see people using light bars now. That was kind of cool. My goal is not to kill light bars, but I don't know. I like doing this. I wanted a way to keep the glass safe, because I started seeing more scratches. And then especially if we're going to be streaming and teaching and stuff like that, there really needed to be something out there. So here we go. Why not double cut? We could. That would be perfectly fine. I usually don't do on the quarters because double cutting on a line has always been a little bit more difficult. I don't know if we should leave this sitting here like that. That's probably gonna fall over. But you could. It just makes it a little bit harder to see. I use 36 and 20s. I'm cutting literally right on the center of the tape. So I put it right on the edge. The tape is a 1/4 inch wide. So when you cut in the center, it gives you a nice 1/8 inch border the whole way around. Plus you have a little wiggle room if you like screw up. No, we're doing 20 on this one. One is to go factory on just the back. So I will shrink bigger quarter windows a little bit. You really don't have to, but sometimes something will pop up. So this is like, you know, takes a couple seconds to make sure everything locks down rather than mess with it on the inside and risk pulling in some shit. Boom. All right, we'll install these quarters and then we'll get to the back window. I actually now have international shipping. So mytintstuff.com is where I sell it. Check out the international shipping options. Like go to, like add it to your cart, go to checkout and just see what it is. I'm not super familiar with international shipping. I'm doing the best I can, but there's some weirdness going on with Corona. So there, I don't know, but like I just had an order from Canada today, or yesterday, and that just went out. So it is a thing on the site. Shopify is supposed to take care of all of that for me, so I don't have any confusion. Borders are closed, then unfortunately you're SOL. There's other methods, like you can use a little plastic piece. It's just like, it's literally my own little thing. And I don't know, hopefully we'll get some distributors. I mean, maybe we'll get a distributor overseas, but right now it's just local to me right now. Is the tape protecting the glass? Yes. That is my primary reason for it. And the fact that I could get it in white is like a bonus. Huh. Hey, maybe I can distribute for you. I'm from Canada. Maybe? Shoot me an email. If you already do distribution, that would be great. But this really is one of those things where, like, it's my baby. I want to be a little extra careful. And I don't know. I can be your distributor from Holland. Everybody's gonna get like bulk discounted glass aid. The hard part too is logistics for shipping through a website. So I'd literally have to manually go through and like set all the individual rates from different people and stuff like that. Or no, I guess I'd have to redirect to like another site or something, and that could be its own problem too. There's a lot of little logistical issues. I don't think there's that much demand for it yet, but maybe there could be. It's hard to say. The I don't know. Yeah, it's tough to say because Glassade was out of stock for a little while. Finally got it back, and then we had how many orders? We shipped out 50 orders over the past like 2 or 3 days. Like, it was insane. And about 95% had Glassade. So there's a lot of people waiting for it, which was really cool. I didn't think it got that kind of press. All right. Can we? Boop, boop. Quarter. So exciting. Oh no! Ooh, bad monkey. Oh, guys. R.I.P. Leave a F in the chat for camera. That one was rough. Does it work? Ooh. Oh, it works. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. It does work. Holy shit. I thought this thing... All right. That was my good Canon too. The one that I used for video. Dude, fucking Canon. Nice. Dude, that fell straight back on a little tripod. Oh. There was bound to be some catastrophic failure, right? It fell backwards and hit the shelf though, so. Can we get a garage tour set up? Look at my latest video on YouTube, and I kind of go through some of it. Dude, I can't believe that camera actually works. Good deal. I'm telling all y'all right now, you need to get a clay bar. That is going to be the new thing. Just watch. Really curious about this back window. So I've been keeping an eye on defroster lines when I've been using this clay bar. Dude, it's nuts. Cars that I thought were like completely okay, I'm pulling black shit off of them. There's like a residue or something. I basically describe it like I have to a couple people. If you've ever seen silly putty stick to a newspaper, this is by Magic Clay Bar, is what it's called, by Max Shine. So they sent me it for a video, and then we never did the video. They backed out. So, but they didn't ask for it back. So I'm throwing them just a little love right now, but that is not, I have to try some of them, but this one's really good. Yeah, there's like lots of them. So just try like a one. Just try like one for glass or whatever. Or if you want to be like really grossed out, try a white one. The only thing I'd watch out for is like maybe, like I don't know how soft they get. Like, again, I haven't used any other ones. I'd be worried about it sticking to the defrosters, but this one has been really good. So, damn, dude. This looks good. I need a trash can. Didn't somebody give me a super chat a while back to get a trash can? I remember that one. All right. So that looks good. I've used the, oops. I've used the medium grade ones, not super soft where it sticks, but not super hard where it scratches. Yeah, this kind of sounds like it. So this is what it is. If anybody, it says fine grade 200 gram white. Magic clay bar. So yeah, I don't know. This is really, really good. We're gonna play around with maybe some other ones. I'm not expecting a whole lot of difference. I was just really impressed with like how it worked. How do you get the quarter glass spot free, by the way? I clean them 1,000 times. So one thing to note about the quarter windows, let me go over here for a quick explanation. So I will spray all around it and then clean it, squeegee the whole thing as best as I can. It's really tough to thoroughly squeegee a quarter window because they're kind of awkward to get to. But squeegee from, try and squeegee it all out. And then after you squeegee this spot up here, don't soak up in the top. Literally when I'm spraying from like this point down to wash all that down so it doesn't rinse any dirt from up here farther down. That is my like one real good explanation on it. Okay, so we're gonna put this clay bar down. And we need, and let's just throw this. Do I recycle my film, somebody asked? No, but we have so much plastic that we probably should. So we have a short roll. Short roll should work fine for this back window, but I'm gonna see. If not, I've got the longer roll. This is a little bit taller, it's a little bit swoopy. This isn't gonna fit. I need a 24-inch roll. Damn. I thought a 20-inch roll would be fine. Okay, we'll use a 36, which really sucks because now saving it till the very end means that I'm wasting film at the bottom. So we could have used like 20s on the side or not done these quarters, cut the 36-inch on the back and then use that extra film to do those side quarters. But because we're building up some suspense for the back window, sorry. I hope I'm not bumping the mic. Holy shit. I just realized that might be a thing. Oh, he wasted. Okay, so we're gonna get this as high up as we could. We sprayed a little water on the back window because it just helps it grab so it's not falling off while I'm unrolling it. You're welcome. That's like my car. Cool. Yeah, you're welcome. I like doing this whole interactive thing where we kind of can have a discussion about what's going on as we do it. I gotta hand it to you. I wasn't sure. What was the rest of that? There's a lot of chats, sorry. I wasn't sure, or I said, why would I want to watch somebody tint windows, but I definitely can't turn it off. That means I'm doing something right here. Oh, this is a WRX. Oh, I'm so dumb. I missed out in the title on calling it a WRX. I gotta change that. I was so wrapped up with just getting the first one. We gotta capitalize on the titling a little bit better. WRX is better than just Impreza. Oh, I'm totally glossing over this back window because you guys are awesome. So, couple things. We've been shifting this up as high as we can. Until it hits that spoiler pretty much, but we double check on the inside to see if there's any type of gap here. So, we slide it up, and then make sure it's pretty much set up like normal, open it up, and then just checking this edge here. Make sure there's no gap here. We look like we're good. So now we're gonna do this pretty much like a regular back window. We're gonna trim off our sides a little bit. The part about this wiper is to get it to lay flat, you just notch it out. So that's all we did here. These wipers are real easy because they stay up out of your way. So you want to get everything out of your way. Are we going to shift it while shrinking it? No, we actually don't need to because you can run heat up here and that's okay. You're kind of like looking underneath and you can actually feel what's going on too. You can leave a couple little fingers and touch those up on the inside too. It's not that big of a deal. I think we gotta check really quick. I heard a notification, just making sure it's not like customer notification. Okay, cool. We're still good. Was it 4? How long have we been live for? Let's check. An hour? We've only been live for an hour? I spent an hour just setting up the stream. Okay. So we're really just gonna pull shrink this one. Like, so you can see, put a little bit of tension here. I'll set up that camera and we'll look at the other side a little bit closer. Hang on. I'm trying to lean down right now. We'll change up the angle, just bear with me. Torch it. No. We torched yesterday. We don't need to torch today. All right, let me set up this camera right quick. Give me 2 seconds. Cam 2. So we'll move this guy over here. We will not knock him over, right? Look at that. You can see that so much better. Ooh, look at those colors. That's cool. Okay, we'll move. Don't disconnect. Cool. All right, stay. Stay, camera. See? That whole time it was doing a cool down cycle. So we're doing a little pull shrinking here. You see all this excess material here? So a lot of people will shrink the individual fingers, but we're kind of snapping this, but we're doing a method called pull shrinking. So you see where we're heating and we're just kind of following that down. And then we keep that going along. Yeah, foreign SUVs have nicer wiper arms most of the time. The American ones like Ford are always irritating. And we just keep pulling it and get it down. Eurobeat. Especially with all the lights, right? So we're using Avery NR right now. So we're good. We're right to where we need to be. And then we'll pull off this line after we cut it. And then do the rest of it. But let's try, see if we can adjust things a little bit better for this top corner so we can see underneath it. Ooh, look at that signage in the background. There, that helps with the exposure a little bit. Maybe we shut this door. Is a carbon film worth the benefits? Yeah, as long as it's not hazy. Is what I would say. It'd be worth it. Because like, there's also, it's a more stable way to color the film. So we can't really pull it here, right? But it's not very curved at the top. So I look for those ripples and I can see a little bit of reflection underneath, and I just get as close as I can. With a little heat, pull it back, a little heat, pull it back. Cool, that's basically shrunk as far as I can tell. We got a couple little guys very deep. Give it a little extra heat blast and pull back. Don't sit there for an hour with the heat gun. Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. I'm scared to move the camera, just so you know. A little bit of worry. So we're gonna like crouch here for this part. Yeah, you don't have to like, how do I say it? You don't have to like shift down the film. I mean, you could. If you need to, then do it. I'm not trying to discourage you not to, I guess. It's just like, you don't absolutely have to. You can shrink with these spoilers. So there we go. We just shrunk. There's our beautifully shrunk back window. Hopefully, I don't know. I gotta get used to this GoPro angle here. Just bear with me a little bit. A small LED light on the top of the heat gun. Oh, good grief. I know that would help. But holy shit. That's another thing. Whoop. Ooh, let's get a nice close. Oh, that looks good. Sorry, I got distracted. I wanted to see it on camera. So let's continue this line down. There we are. So we're gonna have a few let's get this, there we go. So the Superior charcoal, the carbon, I haven't played with that stuff yet, the 5-year. Cheaper carbons I'd be a little concerned with because carbon's still relatively new. So like carbon's still a reasonably newer technology. So like cheaper ones are probably going to have some low angle haze to them. That's why like a cheaper film, you're really only going to get away with dyed. I mean, even the Lexan ones I've heard people talk about, it's a little bit hazy in sunlight, so. So we're gonna polish up our edges a little bit. If we got any like little fingers and stuff, after we make our cut, I'll go through with the heat gun. And then same for that little edge. So we got a couple little nubbins. So these little things are the only things I have to trim. So we can just like round this out, round this out. We might even overlap the panel a little on the inside too. So we'll see. I think somebody asked me if I was gonna put a glass board up. we might put a glass board in between those two shelves. I'm thinking more of doing like a windshield though, rather than just like a flat board. Or maybe like a difficult back window, right? Like a bug or a, it would be really good to have a, what is it? Civic Type R. That way I have one on hand and I can do those really quick, and it would also double as a really good cutting surface. Yeah, I don't want to start a big discussion about Lexan, but Lexan's still pretty good. It's very inexpensive. And the nice thing about it, or like, but it, you know, it'll have a little bit more haze when you're in sunlight, like that harsh sunlight. We're gonna put this towel back here just to be a little bit extra clean. We gotta wash it though. Tinted my window, back window for the first time today. Has a few little creases, but overall it looks good. Nice job, man. You always can get better. Just keep practicing. Don't beat yourself up too much about it. All right. One more. We'll do one more angle here. How's that? Bingo. Can I do a truck sliding window on a live stream one day? Yeah, I have actually. They're a little bit harder to see though, because where I've had them is in really piss poor lighting conditions. Ooh, clay bar. All right, so we're gonna use a clay bar on this. So let's see. We'll squeegee this really quick. This might turn out to be nothing. I've only done it on a handful so far. So we've got a clean clay bar here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna squeegee it like I normally do, right? So this is normally all I do, and then I flush it and then I install it, and that turns out fine, right? But what I've just found out with clay bars is we'll see. We'll see if this turns out what I think it might. Oh, we don't want to catch it back there though. So we're just going over all the lines. It's not leaving any gunk behind. Yep. It's happening. Okay, see this now? See this shit? You see all that black on there? What the fuck? What have I been tinting over, guys? There's some residue on defroster lines. I'm not making this shit up. So also doing this makes my defrosters turn out that much better. Like you want real clean, smooth defrosters? Do this. Yeah, dude, it's all like that. That is why it's probably vape. The black might be the coating from the defroster. Yeah, so if that comes off like I'd say it's like a residue. So I think there's an argument that maybe that contributes to film not locking down quite as nice or whatever, but it's not actually pulling the defroster lines off or anything like that. It's just like cleaning whatever residue is stuck to it. Something that I haven't done. How's clay bar on a Challenger? So I had one so far, but I left the defrosters on, so I was too nervous to not turn the defrosters on. So we might do a test. Somebody asked if I had an Instagram. I do. It's Detroit Tint Studio. It's basically Detroit Tint Studio everywhere, but I haven't posted yet on Instagram. Oh, it just followed me on Instagram. Nice, thank you. I should post on there just like I should post on my regular Instagram, like I have the Tint Stuff Instagram. Might be some kind of oxidation. Yeah, I don't know. But like there's a lot. I'm pretty much Tint Stuff on everywhere, or now Detroit Tint Studio on everywhere too as well for the business. So I could have just like taken Tint Stuff. I could have just taken Tint Stuff and tried to do that with everything related to the business. But I kind of wanted to start from square one a little bit and like, hey, we're going to build a following from scratch. We're going to build everything from scratch while we're doing this as literally a template. So everybody else can do it too. Because I want little cool fucking garages like this to be a thing. There already are some, but I think garage studios, people tinting from home, I think this could be just taken a little bit differently than it is right now. So we have a little bit, can we, oh, did it bump? I don't know what camera angle it was. Okay, I was trying to switch it back to the GoPro. Okay, so at this point right here, we're not on the GoPro right now. I'm still learning. There we go, okay. So at this point right here, we have a little bit overlap on the panels. I kept shifting it up, and that's the overlap that I have. So now we can take that and just run our knife right in between the paneling and along the glass, and then we're going to cut that off. That panel pops off easily. Yeah, but we don't do that. We don't pop panels. It tints easy too. I just don't like to remove anything. There's very, very few things that I'll pull. So there's quite a few theories on whatever was on the defrosters, but the point for me is just wiping them with my hand or scrubbing them and then using a clay bar. Like, the clay bar really fucking makes a difference. I don't pull panels, but I know from experience it's easy. Yeah, if it's easy for you, then go for it. I'm not super familiar with a lot of it, but I've done enough that I don't know, I don't have to. So if I don't have to, then I just don't do it. Really. Like, we got enough space here, so. Taking a little touch up right on this edge where we trimmed it off. You're gonna have a little couple fingers if you didn't shrink it all the way, but you just kind of let them sit, attack them with the heat, and just give it a good knockdown. A couple little guys sinking in. Oh, somebody clarified and said he did it for a wing riser. Well, that makes sense. I just, I get a lot of comments on pulling panels. So I feel like I have to constantly explain why I don't. No worries. Hello from Germany. Hey man, how you guys doing in all this Corona lockdown? We're pulling a few little things here and there, but we're slow here. Cool. All right. We'll wipe it off, make sure it's all squeegeed out, and then touch it up. She'll be good to go. First Tint Studio live stream. Job success. All right. A couple of people asking about the squeegees. Yeah, they're both good. So the Orange Crush is like the flat out but softer. Guys have been using these for a long time. They're one of their most popular squeegees. It's a good blade. It's just softer than the the flat out, which is why I like the flat out. The Clear Crush, it's very, very soft. The only reason I was using it is because I was getting a couple of scratches because I think too much salt on vehicles and stuff. So I was being a little extra cautious. So even I get little issues here and there that I have to try and figure out how to address. It's usually not anything major, but it was just like kind of freaked me out on that truck. So, and then if you guys remember Geo Shield, we were using the flat out, and then we were getting some scratches too. So it might be too hard for some films. And we're talking like really, really faint scratches too. So it's stuff that you wouldn't really notice in certain lighting conditions. And you don't notice until after it's all tinted. No more Blue Max? Yeah, probably not so much the Blue Max anymore, but the flat out will make a return. I didn't want to bring that in, get a bunch of people hyped about it, and then switch. Ooh, this looks so good. We got a little bit of water here we got to press out. The rest of it looks really, really good. Good live stream. Thank you. Better than that weird shop. This is what I've been hoping for. So this is really what I hope for on my own dedicated space. So the garage is bigger. We're in a house now, so we got a full-size garage to work with. Could be a little bit longer, but God, a lot of nice comments about the studio right now. Thank you. I'm just kind of listening to them right now. Just got this little guy here. Damn. I'm just like thoroughly going over this. But yeah, we're in a different space now. Thank you to everybody that's been tuning in today. I felt like this one went pretty well. So we were off to a little rocky start with all the setup that I had to go through, but God, we got just with this little guy right here. Let's make sure he goes down. Nice. Damn, dude. All right. I think we Gucci. A couple little things right here. How often do I get creases while shrinking? Not much anymore. Very occasionally I'll have a little one here or there, but or we'll just completely fuck up like a windshield or something. But it's pretty rare. I've just been doing it for a long time, so it doesn't happen as much. The longer you do it, the more you'll get used to it. You'll get there. No, unfortunately, we're doing just the back section only. So, maybe we'll convince him. If he was watching in chat, maybe you all could convince him. That would be the best. I think that'll be a thing one day where, so he knows about the stream, and he's probably watched some of it. I don't know how much, and I don't know if he's in chat. But I want to get chat one day to upsell a customer or something. That would be great. Here, let me switch this camera. Whoa! So we're good, man. We can pull off the GoPro. Shut her down. How much battery do we got? We got 16. Just like the regular streams, right? Got a little bit of live stream left. Ooh, we got like a imprint from GoPro. But yeah, dudes, it turned out really good. I'm quite happy. This went really well. Would be nice to sell them 35 on the front, yeah. How long did it take you to get good at tints? I've been doing it for 11 years. I'd say about a solid year, really, to just get to where I was like relatively competent. Everybody's different. Depends on how many hours you put into it, really. What type of baby shampoo do we use? Dollar store, I think somebody called it out. Literally from like Dollar Tree, it's $1 each bottle. This stuff works great. It's not as good as like a tint slime or a fusion all type, but it's super convenient and we've been using it. Chat's already chiming in with it. Super clean. I'm glad my camera's not broken. Good God, that really... Isn't it weird that you speak but nobody else is? Kind of, except I got all you guys talking in the same type of voice. Like, I don't know if you can hear this. But it's literally Microsoft Sam voice. Blah, 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 blah. Will Aveeno work? Maybe. There's, like, I used dish detergent and that worked. Or, like, Dawn dish detergent. Yeah, sorry, laundry detergent. So, damn. What a fun stream this was. Holy shit. This was crazy. Anybody watching on Detroit Tint Studio? No? Oh, that's okay. I wonder if there's any... I gotta check that out. Real quick. We're gonna go over to that. I'm just trying to put this out to only local business. So I don't like need a bunch of people to go like the page or anything like that. So... Is the voice in your head your voice or Microsoft saying? I'd say it's both. There's a lot of soaps that'll work. Yeah, Martin says all soaps work. I really think they do. I think the reason why people used Johnson & Johnson for so long, including me, was because it was recommended to me. And they said, don't use dollar store stuff. And maybe this stuff has gotten better. I don't know. But people just eventually try different things. But for the vast majority of tinters, when they're recommended something, most people don't take the recommendation unless they really see it in person or they see somebody doing it. It's just one of those things. I was given samples all the time, and I just like, nah, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to waste that time, is always what it was for me. What's the hardest car you ever tinted? I think I answered this a little earlier. The Beretta, unsuccessfully. That didn't go very well. And then, what was another one? The 80s Corvette, where you got to take the hardware apart, and the one before that. Those took me a long time. Not super fun. If I could only buy one Fusion Squeegee, which one would you recommend? Flat out, to be honest, I'd probably recommend the Orange Crush. It's a little softer. It'll work on more films. The Flat Out, I was using it on Avery. It was fine, really good, like it a lot. But I have a lot of squeegees to pick from, used a bunch of stuff. This one's a softer one, but it's hard enough to press whatever water you need out. It works really well. So try and get an Orange Crush. But if you want to get a couple of them, Orange Crush, Flat Out, and the Clear Max, those are all good. Most squeegees are pretty good though. Try to get that Beetle back window. I really need some help with it. At the Chicago tint class, somebody actually had a VW bug there. We all got to this one point with Lumar ATC, and it just burned for every single person. It was kind of crazy. So it also can be the film, not just your skill. So recently I've been chasing tint on back windows. I'm not sure why any pointers would help. So recently I've been chasing tint on back windows. Chasing. What do you mean by chasing? Oh, creasing. Thanks for correcting that. Watch a lot of back window videos. This is a hard thing for me to explain. You just have to be gradual with the way that you shrink. You have to see it starting to lay down and then press it. If you're creasing it, you're trying to press the film down too fast. And what I mean by that, it's bunching up together. So shrinking it is going to smooth it all out, and you'll see it like wrinkle up and it'll look confusing. But like you can pull it a little bit and then put some heat on it and just gradually go up with it, and you just want it to lay down. If you see these big tension spots, like harsh lines pulling across, you shrink it too much. So you got to find that in between. Do you discuss pricing here? We do. I charged them $180 for this. Yeah. I want to move up on my pricing too, but a little slower. Out of a garage, $180 for a rear half. I'll take that all day long. Do I discuss pricing? I'm glad you asked. Just because, like, you know, I'm expecting them to watch the stream, and like, you know, this is all like not just like as much as this is for you guys. This is also for the customers too. Like I'm going to market what I'm doing here as much as possible, being as public with this as I possibly can. So prices, films that we're using, processes, all of that, just get it all out there. They take 50 euros per window. Nice. That's really good. So 5 windows. So you'd be like, what, 250 for this? How about the little quarters, though? Those are like real easy. I like to try and charge a flat rate pricing for like vehicle types and like sections. So like sedans, coupes, those are in the same price category. Rear halves are in the same price category for the most part on sedans versus hatchbacks versus four-door or coupes and stuff like that. And then a little bit more for SUVs. Trucks are in the same pricing category as most regular cars, just because the back window is so much smaller. But yeah, I think it's amazing that you do this. Thank you. I put a lot of thought, put a lot of time and effort into trying to get this to at least here. And I really think this is a very interesting way to take a business in a live stream. So I'm combining the best of like what I've been doing with my own place. So I'm excited. Ooh, can we make this look, oh, I don't wanna. Watch this. Let's get the mood lighting. Ooh, how fucking cool is that? That's awesome. Can I sand gold card and use it on side windows without scratching? I wouldn't. No, a hard card, plastic cards, use a squeegee instead. Just any type of harder plastics. Like tri-edges even, these don't scratch tint as much, but they still can. You just got to make sure that they're relatively new and not really rough. So, but I wouldn't squeegee the whole window with something like this. What was that? Oh, that's just regular. Hang on, let me text him and let him know his car's all set. All right, where are we at? What was that? What part of the Oreo is best? Cookies or cream? I don't know. When I was little, it's definitely the cream part, but maybe because I'm old, maybe now the cookie. They're just so sweet now. Too much. Oh, what was this? Oh, stupid spam call. That's what that was. Hey man, car is all set. Just wrapping up the live stream. Whenever you get, let's see, what should I say at the end? I think about messages too much. No commission for the no commission for the shop. Nice. Yeah, we're doing our own thing now, but we're going back and forth in between it. They'll load me up with film all day long or with jobs all day long. That's why like that works. So they deal with the customers, they get the cars in, you just come in and you can mindlessly tint. And that's what I've been doing for a long time. Here, I have to arrange everything and deal with all the business stuff, and then live streaming too is all a part of it. So yeah, I kind of want a good mix of both though. Who else in the live chat tints windows for a living? That's a good question. Okay, let me finish messaging him. Hey man, car's all set, just wrapping up the live stream. No rush. Just, ooh, thank you. Come pick it up. You can pick it up at your earliest convenience. Dude, thank you. That was so great. I think about messages too much. That was perfect. Like, come get your shit, or hey man, it's ready. Like, yeah, whenever you want to get it, because this is fun. Just talking in the chat. So we'll do this for a little bit longer, and then we'll wrap things up. Let's see. How's the shop going? I literally, my buddy just texted me, I'm live now. At your leisure. But then you can kind of get in like a weird spot. You want to keep it like normal. He was going to a local state park to go like skateboard with his buddy. So that was awesome. That's what I tell all my customers. Thank you. I'll try and remember that for next time too. John, man. Spam calls, dude. It's been nuts lately. Oh my bad. No worries. Just wrapping up. Okay. Yeah, don't sound too pervy. Get a chair and get comfortable. I have one here, but it's got the router on it right now because I have another router that connects to my main router, and I was using wireless between the computer and the router, and I was hoping it would. Oh, I heard it creaking. I was hoping it would be a good enough connection, and it was, but sometimes it would chop out, and so we did a mesh network thingy. It's much, 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 much better. Cool. Oh, let's throw that down. Here's a thought. Once you start tinting, you can't get away from it. I kind of want to take some pictures too. Maybe I'll do that when we pull it outside. We'll end the live stream. I'll take some pictures of it before it rolls off. Kind of want to take a couple right now though too. So, because it's not just about what you do with the car in here, it's about like, or not just about the live stream and whatever. Like, we need some good pics for after it. So getting it here, getting some good pictures is always nice, but then we also need a nice backdrop. Somebody's also got a mesh network with 3 routers. Damn, Martin, you know some tech shit. Good for you. That's good to know. It sounds like sounds good. We'll be there in 20 minutes. Thank you. Oh, hell yeah. All right, 20 minutes, then we're wrapping shit up. Okay, we're just taking pictures. I think I might roll up these windows though. We're trying to get good angles here. See, because the hard part is like figuring out where to put the banner. So you'll have to forgive me for this part, but we're in wrap up mode, so I don't care as much. We're gonna roll up these windows. We're gonna try and figure out some good angles. Those pictures, ooh, here's a good segue. We'll post the pictures. Yes, exactly, do it for the gram. So we'll post these on the Facebook page and the Instagram. So that's what we're doing right now. Trying to get some good ones. See, the thing about this lighting is like, it's just different. It's very eye-catching. So hopefully we can get some. What phone do I have? I have a Galaxy S10. I know some people said no license plate, so we'll cover it up after. I don't know. I still have mixed feelings about that. I don't think people really care. So it takes pretty good pictures. I like the look of a camera better, but for Instagram, for Facebook, unless you really need that shallow depth of field, which most phones will do it for you anyways, you don't need to spring the extra for like a dedicated camera for pictures for cars. Phones are good enough, but it does make a difference for like YouTube. I will say that. Ooh, look at that light. I try and get like even below that, and you're almost like, you know, you're almost looking up at the car. Problem is also the garage door. I'm trying to get a little bit more space, but that really like kills my lighting too. Look, take away the magic. We're just in a house garage. What would be good is actually moving this over this way. It would actually be good moving the car over to the left a little bit to take that picture too. I'm still working on the angle and stuff like that. Like, so when I stand here, right, you got the car, you have the backdrop, you have the sign, put a lot of thought into that. And then I was hoping that translated well into trying to take a picture for Insta, but that's always its own little dilemma. But we'll figure out what works well. Also getting really close. Ooh, this is cool. Getting really close to like the mirror. And then like some of the, oh, let's do this one. So like when you get extra close, sometimes it makes it look really cool. And you get that reflection. His spoiler's getting in the way. Ooh, this one's not too bad. We need to take off a spoiler for a picture. I'm gonna have like 100 pictures of this job and not be able to pick any of them. Oh, this is good. That's a good one. We're good. Have you ever Have I ever what? Hang on. 1 second. We're doing the best we can. Okay, I think we got enough for now. And maybe we'll take a couple outside. Get the walk around video. Ah, that's true. Just bought an Orange Crush with a handle on Tint Depot. Oh, cool. They'll appreciate that. I do too, actually. Nice. Have you ever made a sun strip? Have you ever made a sun strip with window tint? Yeah, all the time. There's videos. Just search windshield strip or sun strip. The walk around video, that's... All right. That's a tough one. That would be better. I need a gimbal for my phone now, because all my cameras are preoccupied live streaming. Cool, that worked. We got a couple of videos. We're just goofing around now. So what should I charge for an entire car? I only charge $120 for small size and mid-size cars. I supply my own tint. I use Lexan until I can afford better film. Well, the hard part is when you charge less per car, saving up for a better film can be a little bit more difficult. It depends on your area. It depends on if you're contracting for a company. So if you're just charging customers directly, I'd raise your prices. 120 is really, really cheap. I started with 130, now I charge 176. You have a lot of room to move up. Look at what's in your area. So do some cold calling to some local shops, get an estimate, and just try and stick somewhere within that range. And then work your way up. You might just be like so much lower than a lot of people without even realizing it. And even when you're newer, if you put the time and care into a car, you can sell yourself, and it doesn't matter if you've been tinting for 5 years or 10 years or 6 months. If you can do a good job, it's worth money. It's just a lot of it comes down to your own confidence. All right, guys. Cool. So we've been a little bit, hell no, you undercut them by 50 and steal the business. That only is good for so long. Okay. This is a good conversation though. So we got to open up a Discord. God, I don't have time to do that yet. I'm sorry. All right. I'm going to have to go ahead and end things now. The customer's going to be here soon. I kind of want to pull this out of the garage or just like do a couple things before we end. Just like, I don't know, make sure everything's extra wiped down or whatever. I don't know. And get my payment method open. So yes, open a Discord. I do have a Discord, tint stuff, but I like make you an admin. Oh, oops. Make you an admin. I'm trying to remember even what my Discord was. I don't even know. Discord's good, but it's its own kind of thing. It's just another thing that I have to try and maintain, and that can be a little bit tricky too. But okay, I'll try and figure something out for next live stream. I just don't have time right now. He's gonna come here. I'm getting distracted. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm glad you all could be a part of this first car here. Hopefully it's one of many more to come. yeah, this was really, really fun. This went really well. Live stream stayed up the whole time. Yes. We made some money. We had good times. I'm not sure. Oh, tomorrow I think we're doing another live stream actually with Patrick. That might be at 9 o'clock. But thank you everybody for, let's see, we had a bunch of super chats. David, Doozy, I thought there was something, was that? Oh, we only had a couple. But thank you, David and Doozy, for all the super chats, for anybody also that purchased Glass Aid. That's been crazy. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.